So you want to know how to mod and do it simply? I'm going to show you how to mod through Steam on Windows and a Mac, and I'm just going to hold your hand through every step. So let's go. Before we even start, let's save our game file just in case. You're going to open up your Steam, head over to the library tab, you're going to right click on the game and then go to properties, and then we're going to go to installed files and then backup game file, and you can choose wherever you want to put that. And that's it. Okay, so after that's saved, the very first thing we're going to do is install Smapi. I will have every single website or even copy threads, whatever those are called. I'll have everything in the description to make it easier. So go ahead and download Smapi. The next thing you're going to have to do is make an account with Nexus. It's completely free. You just need an email and to verify it. There is a premium version if you want faster downloads, but you can do slow download. It won't take that long. So after you get your account, always hit manual and slow download. Go to your downloads folder and you're going to want to extract this pretty much anywhere outside of the game folder. I usually just leave it here in my downloads folder. After extracting, you're going to open up the folder and then double click on the install on Windows and then just follow the on-screen instructions. You'll just have to type in one and then run it. So you need to launch Smapi through Steam if you want any of the overlay achievements and playtime tracking to work, and I'll show you how to do that. If you don't care about the tracking or anything, you can just run it through your game folder, and I'll show you how to do either, so depending on what option you want to pick. We're going to go to the library again, right click, properties. You'll just stay here where it says launch options, and then when you first launch Smapi, there's going to be something that you can copy on there. It's going to end in the command, and you want to make sure to put everything, including commas, quotations, everything. You're going to copy it straight into here, so that way when you load Stardew from Steam, it already knows to launch things from the mod folder. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is show you how to find your game folder. The easiest way to do it, I know there's different ways, but just go back to Steam, and you're going to click on this setting right here, hit manage, or go under manage and then browse local files. That should open up this browser here. But this is going to be your game folder, and I suggest making 2 new folders. Create one, name it mods, and then another one, I just leave it as new folder. But anyway, let's get started into downloading a mod. So we'll head over to Nexus. Let's start off with this NPC map location. So you'll hit manual, slow download. You'll head over to your downloads folder, find the unzipped folder. You're going to hit right click, extract all, and then hit browse. Now there's going to be 2 ways that you can do this. The default is going to be the downloads folder. You can just extract it to the downloads folder and have the other game folder that we had pulled up earlier that should still be pulled up. You can just drag it into the mods folder, or you're going to want to find the mods folder. I'll have the file path in the description so you can copy and paste that directly into here, and then that should also get you to the mods folder, and then it will kind of select that as default. Just make sure that it's always the same one when you extract other mods. And let's see if this worked. Perfect, there they are. Okay, so that's another thing too that I suggest is doing one at a time, because if you do a few at once, if one of them has an issue or is unsupported or whatever the reason, just do one at a time when you're first starting out. Kind of take it easy in my opinion, that way you can get a feel for it and then you can kind of expand from there. One really popular one is the Stardew Valley Expanded. This one has multiple downloads that you have to do, and it will also tell you what additional files required. So anytime you click on a mod, this little screen will show up and it will tell you if you need different ones. And so I usually just click on those. It'll open up another tab so that way you can download those other mods as well. And then same process, manual download, extract them into your mods folder, and do it again. With the expanded, there's just the base expanded, and then there's different additions you could also download. Okay, let me show you one more really quick just to make sure we have it. Okay, let's do a quality of life one. This chest anywhere one looks good. Let's go ahead and download that. And another suggestion is whenever I search for things, I always sort them with last updated. Now, this is a case-by-case thing again, because there are some older mods that will still work with the 1.6 update. Because of the update, there was, some changes. Some mods needed to be updated with it to be able to run. Not all of them. And so I usually do last updated because it's more than likely compatible. But again, depends on the mod and a preference thing. If you want to try out one by one and see which ones work and which ones don't, by all means. And you can always check. Each one has like a post section. They each have a description. You can comment on there and sometimes ask if there's an update to be made. Just do not harass the mod makers. Most people do them and don't get paid. There is a way you can tip them if you love a mod so much. There is an option to donate. But for the most part, people are doing it for their free time, so they have no obligation to, keep supporting the mods that they make. So just be nice when it comes to that. Anyway, let's see if this works. Okay, sweet. That one works too. Okay, Mac is going to be just the same. You'll install Smapi, and then you'll open up your Finder, right-click on Smapi, hit Open With. Okay, and it should extract the folder automatically. And then you're just going to click on either the Windows or the Mac if you're on a Mac. Hit Open on there as well. Hit Yes, Open. It's going to pull up this terminal. Same thing on the Mac and Windows. You'll just type in 1. The Mac is going to ask you kind of a security question. So hit 1 and then the next thing will be the install. And random tip on the Mac, hit 1 on the regular keyboard and not the number pad. For whatever reason, the number pad runs something else. For a Mac, you're going to want to also open up the game folder the same way on Windows. I just suggest making an alias because I think it's a pain to try to get to all the different folders on the Mac. So I'll show you really quick how to do that. You're going to create a folder named mods, and then you're going to hit make alias. And I keep that on my desktop, so that way when I extract them after downloading them, I can just drag them on there. And we're going to try the same one over here on the Mac. You already know, manual, slow download. And then I am just going to drag this straight over there, and then we'll double click that over there, and then hit Open With, or just open, and it will automatically extract it for you. And there you go. And on Mac, you don't have to connect Steam. It will automatically do that. So you can run it from Steam or just run it through the modding API. I always do that, but more out of habit. And then the similar window will pop up, tell you if anything needs updated or something is wrong. Hit OK to allow the terminal to run this. The only thing with a Mac is sometimes there is more security presets that you might have to bypass. I will leave a link down below for the step-by-step on how to do that, but I think on one of my other computers I needed to allow full disk access. Again, I want to keep this simple, so I won't go into that. On this video at least, for the most part, it should run just fine. Okay, let's try out and make sure that this worked on the Mac as well. Yep. There we go. So that's the simplest way that I could break it down. I know when I first started, I looked at the list of instructions and was like, nope, this isn't for me. And I know it depends on people's technical level. That's why I wanted to make this video as bare bones as possible to try to make it easier and less overwhelming. Like I said, you can go really deep when it comes to modding. So let me do a quick recap and then I will show you what to do when there's updates. If you followed along to connect your launch options with Steam, you can just open it like you normally would there. Or if you skip that step, you can also get your game loaded through the game folder. I suggest after opening up that game folder the first time, pinning it. You can do that by right-clicking down here on the file folder, and then it'll show the last opened folders, and then just hit pin. I would do the Stardew Valley one or the mods folder. And then this is going to be a way to run the game by finding the Stardew modding and double-clicking that. So to get the downloaded files from Nexus to work, you have to get them into your mods folder. Anything in there will run automatically. And you can either drag and drop or extract the files straight into your folder by pasting that file path that I have in the description. I also had suggested adding an extra folder, and here's why. If you want to temporarily remove a mod, you can just drag it out into that new folder. Anything that's outside of the mod folder won't run. So this is an easy way to temporarily remove one, especially if you're trying to test out mods that are giving you trouble. You can move each of your mods and then test to see which one is the issue. Okay, so for the updates, you'll get a purple text on the Smapi window that runs. And then if you ever see that, just head over to Nexus. I'll show you where you can find your downloaded mods. Just over here where your profile is, and then it says My Mods. And so that's where you'll click on it, and you'll basically just download the file again like you normally would. Manual, slow download. And then before extracting it, just delete all the old files and then move the new files into that mods folder. And that's it, quick and easy. If you want to stop playing with a mod, same thing, just either delete it out of your mods folder, or if it's going to be temporary, just move it into a different folder and you should be all set to go. If you ever have any questions, feel free to comment, but there's also a ton of Discord servers and even Facebook group communities that are always really helpful and are usually more of the experts, I would say. So if you ever run into trouble, feel free to reach out to people. I've always had people that are willing to help and pretty quick to it, so I've been grateful when I've been stuck before. But yeah, you got this. Happy modding!